right, Black Mariah, welcome to 69 Faces of Rock. How are you guys doing today?
Great.
All right, introduce yourself. Tell me what you do in the band.
I'm the Mad Arab. I do vocals, lyrics, and frontman.
And you have a big knife.
Yeah, I got a big knife. Scream at people and threaten them. That's what I do.
Zawicizus, lead guitar, backing vocals.
All right, so when did you guys first form?
Ooh, 09, I think it was.
Under what circumstances?
I was playing with Absu. We just played a whole series of dates, and we were in a project prior to that called Bleed the Sun. So I was done with Absu, and we were kind of coming up with some new ideas for some new directions to work, and Black Mariah was born at that point.
Yeah, we kind of got together, and I think we had lunch and just decided like, hey, let's do a project. He was done with his project, and I was kind of fed up with mine, so kind of wanted something fresh, and we decided something different. We didn't want, just same thing like every other band. We didn't want, to be all about Satan or all about, we wanted something different, something
A more representative home.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how different is it then? I mean, what did you do?
Well, I mean, we definitely haven't abandoned metal by any means. We're still thrash, black metal, death metal, but we're drawing on influences of America's Old West and just what made this country, really. There's trials and tribulations of the Old West, and kind of brought that dirtiness and lawlessness to the music.
I kind of noticed the way you are dressed with the hats and everything.
Yeah.
Explain that concept to me.
Well, I mean, we kind of dress.
Want to stand out, man.
Yeah, we want to. We kind of have our. I mean, we kind of have our own outfits. We, have our own character, our own outfits. That kind of the theme of the band. Kind of melds. It melds. Kind of melts with the band and everything, with the Black Mariah and the anarchy, the lawlessness, the characters that we are. Just everything of the band, the violence of the Wild West.
Is
the
there a
grittiness
concept to the characters?
Well, kind of, I guess you could say. I mean, Zawicizus is derived from, I think, Prescriptor from Absu kind of gave him that name while in the band, while they were touring. And then, mine's the Mad Arab is kind of, the Mad Arab's Al-Hazred is from, the Necronomicon and occult mythological, mythology. So it's kind of, we kind of have, the West, some occult, some occultism in with it, mixed in with it. So that's where my name's kind of from.
Cool. How does it all relate to John Wayne?
Don't give a shit attitude and don't take no guff, that's for sure.
Loving it. So why the name Black Mariah?
Black Mariah is, and still is, a wagon hearse in Tombstone, Arizona. It's one of the first glass-encased wagon hearse that would take the coffins from in Tombstone all the way to Boot Hill for the final resting place. Yep. So it's you can go to the birdcage in Tombstone, Arizona, and see it. One of these days, we're going to make a pilgrimage there and visit the actual Black Mariah, the wagon hearse.
So when you started playing together, how did it start to sound based on all the experience you had from the previous projects? And
yeah, we kind of gather. I mean, he started writing. Z started writing songs, and he kind of came. You got influence. From people you play with. Absu, Aura Noir, Venom, Slayer. All the kind of influences that we listened to. And we kind of derived that sound and kind of made it our own. But also we had the Western influence. We're watching a lot of old Wild West movies and things like that. You got the score from Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and those things. All those scores from those old movies, and you watch them, and Lauren Green, and Johnny Cash, and you got those things. You mix it with metal, and you got a lot of different influences that kind of play into what we're the music we're making.
The funny thing is, there's actually a cable channel that they show Wild West movies all the time. My mom watches it. I watch it with her each time I visit her. It's crazy. I mean, I've discovered so much stuff I thought I knew before. It's like,
it's endless. Yeah,
isn't it?
And the Italians, man, they've made some great stuff. And the horror Italian music and the old spaghetti westerns.
Yeah,
there's just
the
a
best
rawness and the emotions there. It's not. I mean, it just.
Yeah, you blend those, the old horror with the Wild West and the grittiness, and You can kind of hear a lot of that, I think, in our newer album, which is a little bit different than Road Age is the Blast Furnace, but our new album that we have out, it's on Falter Records out of Germany.
What is your local scene like?
Dallas is a pretty strong scene, and we have a lot of death metal bands, grime metal bands, a lot of diversity, a lot of bands, and the bands do a good job of, I think, supporting each other. There's good promotion. We have a lot of good national acts come through. We have, we have Fort Worth that has a lot of, maybe geared a little more towards country, and and rock and things like that. But Dallas has a pretty strong metal scene.
How do people react to what you do? Because it's very unusual.
Well, like I said, I love walking into a club looking like maybe a country band or something, and people scratching their heads, and then once we fire it up, then they understand, where we're coming from. But yeah, it's definitely a turn the head. What the hell are these guys?
Different cities we played. It was just like Kansas last night. I mean, you have some people that are like watching, like, I wonder what these guys are going to sound like. I never heard of these guys before. Then we come and you just kind of punch people in the face and thrash because we're obviously not playing slow music.
You're touring right now. Any funny stories from the tour?
I don't know.
We're on day 6 or 7 now?
We're on day 6 or 7. Yeah, I mean, so far it's been pretty well. I mean, we had,
a couple 12-hour days in a row on the road, so everything's hilarious at this point. Losing our minds.
Nothing super funny, but we've had a good time so far, especially touring with the death metal legends Possessed and our brothers in Iwata that we toured with, and also in 2018 on their Snakes and Vultures tour. So it's cool, rejoining with them and doing a tour, and them supporting and us opening is great. I mean, we couldn't be happier opening for a great death metal, one of the fathers of death metal, Possessed.
Is this your first, longer tour at this point?
No, we did, back in when it was 18, we did 25 days, I think, with Iwata. It's a long tour. I mean, we did, and this year we've done, we've done about, we've done other tours ourselves, but we did a lot of shows in Nunslaughter. This last year we did, I think, total of 22 shows with them. We did East Coast, we brought them to Texas, we did, so we've done, we did a decent amount of shows last year.
So now that you kind of back touring again, do you think there are a lot of places that are catching up to your music and to what you do?
I'm hoping so. It seems like the momentum's growing. Fan bases, we're talking to people all across the country and across the world, really. So I'm trying to get that fucking message out there.
Yeah. I mean,
spread our audio plague.
Yeah. I mean, we got fans. We got tapes that we got out of Indonesia. We got fans in Indonesia, I think, right? We got Malaysia. We got, our label, Falter Records, is out of Germany. I mean, I'm sure we have European fans. I mean,
trying to doing our best to get over there as soon as possible.
Which brings me to my next question. Yeah. I mean, taking this concept, over the Atlantic, that's going to be something else. I mean, here in America, people can relate to Wild West.
Exactly. Yeah.
But out there,
we're dying to bring it there. I haven't been over in Europe since '09 with Absu, and it's been too damn long. I'm anxious to get over there again.
We've had some offers, but we're going to get over there eventually. Our label will help us out. We'll, or I'll make it happen. We'll get over there.
Yeah. Tell me more about your music.
Well,
your guitars.
Yeah. how do you approach it?
Aggression is the first, second, and third, and fourth step. It's just an onslaught of just riffage, just violence, noise, intensity, but there's got to be a melody under there to keep it all together. Try to have something a hook to get in people's minds so they don't forget us instantly. But it's metal, You got to keep the aggression and just keep it moving. Just the relentlessness and restlessness of it, just onslaught.
What's the craziest thing you heard about your band being sad?
The craziest thing that I heard about what?
About your band being sad musically. What's the craziest opinion you came across?
I don't know about anything crazy.
or something unusual,
Well, we've heard the Black Mariah carry about 1,000 times. So
we've heard some jokes. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people don't.
Low-hanging fruit.
They might look at the name and say, "What's the Black Mariah?" I don't know what it is, but you can see the logo. It's got the gun cartridge in it, and then it's different. But yeah, I mean, we've heard jokes and everything, and some people, call us cowboys and everything else. But he does. Z takes care of all the the guitars and a lot of the music, and I don't really help with the guitars or anything, but I'll help with song sections. I write all the lyrics and song titles mainly. So and I do all the vocals and I write backing vocals, and that we kind of share. We share vocals and some vocal parts, but we like to keep that theme. A lot of the lyrics are from that the Western theme. Like Blessed by Buzzards is about the desert, and Death by Days is about just the dry death of the desert. You got just different aspects of it.
Did you ever consider doing some music for for some possible movies about Wild West that are?
We actually. Casca Prospects, our first CD, that is actually the title track. Casca Prospects is actually on was that Pot Zombies 3? Pot Zombies 2. So it isn't a horror movie, which kind of got in there.
But absolutely, I mean,
would that be cool?
Scoring a film is a definite a goal and a definite something we would definitely be interested in proceeding and doing for sure.
Yeah.
And speaking of flicks, what are some of your favorites growing up?
I mean, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Fistful of Dollars.
That trio.
A few dollars more. I mean,
Once Upon a Time in the West.
Oh yes, Charles Bronson.
Oh, that's one of Bronson's best films.
Yes.
I mean,
the harmonica.
Oh, the soundtrack to that's another Morricone. That's
the
just
original,
instant atmosphere. I mean, it reeks of death when you hear that music.
310 to Yuma, the original, not the remake. True Grit, original.
Yes.
You got. I mean. Not that the remakes weren't bad, but you got the,
You can't beat the original.
Yeah, you can't beat the originals in some of these Western movies. I mean, they do have some good newer ones like Bone Tomahawk and just there's
Valley of Violence.
Yeah, I mean, you can't beat Tombstone. Tombstone. I mean, come on, it's a classic.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you got Unforgiven.
Val Kilmer in that.
Oh,
unreal.
I mean, Unforgiven.
The thing with the cup.
Oh yeah, that movie I could watch a million times. Yeah, I mean, the whole cast in that movie just destroyed it.
I'm your Huckleberry tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that movie is great. I love that movie, and I mean, Unforgiven's great.
That is crazy.
That's a good movie. I mean, there's a
and then all the horror movies, especially Italian ones, and the Goblin soundtracks for all those.
Yeah, Suspiria.
Dawn of the Dead, Suspiria. That's
those influence.
Yeah, there's a 12-year-old seeing Dawn of the Dead. That'll scar the hell out of you, and then that's it. I mean, I was hooked. Horror movies, Old King Diamond as a kid. Yeah, that drew me in, and here I am.
Finally, what's next for you musically?
Well, we released this album is really doing this tour supporting the new release and pushing just kind of getting that out there, and then I think we'll probably we'll start another album eventually, but we're trying to just get this one out there. And
yeah, we just finished.
Yeah, we just finished it. I mean, you had the break and COVID and everything, so we just kind of what are we gonna do when you have COVID? You're gonna sit still and do nothing? So we decided to finish an album. I think we released a really good album so far. It's had really good reviews, strong reviews. It's a strong album. It's different. It flows, in a good place. It's got fast songs, slow songs, and aggressive songs. And we kind of did some different things, and than we normally do, which was good. But yeah, we're gonna tour some more, and then it'll be time for another album. But that's gonna be after a lot of touring.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. Spread the word.
Thank you.